Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I'm going to show you how I'm trying to put this 2020 Tesla subframe into this Pierce Arrow built 86 years ago. There's no turning back now.
Last video we talked about this front mount or the rear mounting location and how it ties into the suspension arms, and this is a better view now that the motor's out. You can see it's all integral to each other. There's quite a bit of structure down here, so I'm not worried about losing structure to mount your strength. But as we cut that top section out 4 inches, it's almost exactly where that motor mounts. So hopefully we can use that same material for the motor mount, if at all possible, the Tesla stamped material. This front area is almost exactly straight, so this should be a pretty easy job up front. This shows the high voltage recess, and it's about 3 inches tall. It'll probably be about 3/4 to 7/8 deep there. Just wanted to show you that recess dimension, and then this is the large coolant recess. That'd be the biggest material I cut out. This is over here for the high voltage, which just goes right into the corner where I'm going to have to remove the mounts for the dog bone for the multi-link suspension on this side, and then recess this whole area where the motor goes back into the subframe and potentially restructure or definitely reinforce that area. If we go up above here, you can see how much wider the front mounting points are from the rear. The rear mounting points land inside the frame rails of the Pierce Arrow. Those front mounting points actually land right on the frame, so I'll be moving those inboard so that they can mount in the existing frame. The front suspension arm, or the suspension arm on this passenger side, just show you from this angle how it mounts and how I'm going to just keep retaining these Tesla mounting points just to not re-engineer what they've already done.
I'm going to give you an update of where I'm at now. So as you can tell, let me back up here. I put my welding table out here so I can walk all the way around the unit, and I've actually made quite a bit of progress. I've started cutting it. I put things back together here just so you can see the cradle, well, not cradle, but the fixture for the motor. What I did is I recreated, there's 3-inch bushings on the Tesla unit, 3-inch tubing, plates on either side. I bolted all of this together with the original mounting units, or the tabs, which are now been removed. It's obviously tied together here and then bolted in with a pretty tight fit, so it only can move about a 1/16 maybe. So if we look back here, give you an idea on what that looks like. So essentially I'm going to be able to take this thing all apart. These are pretty tight clearances on these bolts here too, for all 4 corners. Be able to bolt the thing back together, put this in, remake all of my mounts without having to put the motor in and out, in and out, in and out. And then in theory, knock on wood, I suppose, I'm able to just drop the motor in and it will fit with very little issue. Went in and did a little bit more work measuring these out, straightening these up. That's my next job. This one I didn't really measure or straighten out. This probably will be a piece of a round tube here. I'll probably get a bigger diameter and use that. But if we go back over here, which is what most people are concerned about, I started marking these out. This isn't going to need a ton of relief here, but I am going to cut this back, step it back, probably 1/2 inch, and box the whole thing in. Obviously there's a ton of metal in here. So once I open it up, I'll sort of figure out what type of reinforcement I need. If I need to put some steel back in here and plug weld. And then this side is the big side. My last video you saw, I took these mounts out for this A-arm or this dog bone. And if you look from the top, I'm gonna have to cut all of this material out. I think I am going to use a piece of pipe to do the back side, like, you know, like this. And then from there so for this side, obviously a significant cut needed here, significant relief. I'm going to use probably a 4-inch pipe, 120 wall pipe or something to make the back side of this. And then I think this bolt is going to interfere right here, so I'll have to probably blind weld the nut on this side, which is the way the original was. Do it the same way, and then relief for the bolt to go through. That's all to be determined. But you can see I started cutting this. I cut this in half. I'm going to step this over. So this is my 2-inch relief because I'm narrowing this 4 inches. I'll do the reverse over here. Slide them together. I will be doing some, I don't know what you call it. You know, if you had a singular or circular tube, it'd be like slugging the inside of the tube. So I have some thicker metal. I'll be making some pieces that actually go in here that I can plug weld back here for structure that bridges this whole gap. See, I did the same thing down here, and then obviously down here as well. Made these, just welded these in place. I mentioned those in the last video. Obviously this isn't precise to the micron, but it's going to be pretty close. It's going to help me get to where I need to get to, maybe with some clamps, or I have 2 on this side too. I separated this so that I could weld this while I'm doing it the other side. I'm not as concerned about welding. I can do the top side welding before I do the bottom side. And like I said, this cradle is removable with those bolts. Hopefully today I'm going to take this piece off, cut these out, and hopefully get the reliefs cut on those, or reliefs made. And we'll start cutting this corner over here and see how much of a pain in the butt it's going to be. So wish me luck, and next time I will show you exactly what came of this. Thanks. Bye.